a Tesla Cybertruck pulling a trailer under the worst conditions around. This is a great feature. It overlays weather on top of your GPS. Live, actual. There's mountains, high wind, super cold temperatures. The trifecta of everything fighting against this. But we're coming out with another new camper, a truck camper.
I guess I should say good morning, but I don't know how good of a morning it's going to become. It's about 18 degrees and gonna get colder. Outrunning the storm is no longer an option. I stayed overnight here. I'm still making my way. This morning, the first stop will be Clayton, New Mexico, but we're gonna start heading into really cold temperatures and some snow. So we'll see what happens. We may end up having to stop and wait this out a little bit, but I'm hoping to get through it. Gonna go pay the mortgage here and we're gonna be on our way. This is a great little stop here. I mean, it's not a fancy RV place. I can't even remember the damn town we're in, but it's clean and had the services that work, and the camper is all charged, and the Tesla Cybertruck is ready to go.
All right, this town is called Dalhart, D-A-L-H-A-R-T, I believe. And so the adventure is going to begin. This is the first time I'm a little nervous, or a lot nervous. I mean, I guess worst case, we can always whip into a campsite and just ride it out and charge, but we're definitely, I think, going to push this camper and Cybertruck to, does it get any worse than this? It's saying 18 degrees, and we're gonna go through some mountainous area. We're gonna go through a pass, and this is when we get into Colorado, so we're a couple hundred miles away or so from that, or whatever, 100 miles away, but it may get very interesting. Let's see what happens.
No cases of CWD getting into humans.
Getting over my waders here, but I'd love to talk about it.
So if you're not familiar with the Tesla upgrades, this is a great feature. It overlays weather on top of your GPS, live, actual, current weather. So in case you didn't know what was going on in front of your face, oh shit, we almost hit a bird. You can see what's going on in front. And it's getting progressively worse here, as you can see. So conditions, again, are getting worse. We're at about 9 degrees now. I just came into town, which actually slows the wind down because I guess all the buildings and trees here. But once you get out of these little towns and you're out in the open land, the wind is whipping. So we're definitely gonna have to evaluate what we're gonna do here, because I'm not convinced. Although maybe if I'm driving 30 miles an hour as opposed to 50, 60, it may just be a wash. But see, we're about to come out of town now, and I've had some gusts here where we've been in sort of whiteout conditions. I mean, it sort of looks that way. Okay, so to give you an idea of what I'm trying to figure out, we're in Clayton, New Mexico. We need to get to Trinidad, Colorado. Then we'll be on to basically getting onto 25 on the Front Range on our final trek up to Boulder. It should, in theory, get easier as we start kicking through there. That being said, I don't know. There could be headwinds the whole way here. But I'm going to try to find what we have in here, in this, between this gap. There's mountains, high wind, super cold temperatures. The trifecta of everything fighting against this Cybertruck and while towing. So this is without question probably the most difficult challenge I've ever tried to do in this thing. And so we may have to bail. But I'm going to start looking here and I'll show you, but I'm going to start looking at
other options as at least a backup plan, because I don't want to get here and realize we're not going to make it and not have some way to get shelter and to get warm and to get power. All right, I'm still in Clayton. This is the ranch market. I'm just gonna pull in here real quick and grab some supplies just as an emergency backup in case we get stranded or something unexpected happens. I mean, I got plenty of clothing and warmth and diesel and heat and so forth, but prepare now and then be stuck with your pants down.
Okay, so we're fully charged. Got about 305 miles. So let's recap. We got some groceries.
Right on to South 1st Street.
I have checked, as you'll see, all the RV sites on the way. We have at least 2. There are many others, but there's 2 within different stages of this trip that I've verified that they have room at the inn and 50 amp service so I can charge. I've also located a handful of non-Tesla charging stations in between this big gap, and we have diesel, we have gas, we have a generator, we have clothing, we have food. We are prepared for any anomalies. We're currently at 7 degrees. We're going to be pulling out of town. It's going to get a little windy, and we're going to see how this goes. Can a Tesla Cybertruck pulling a trailer under the worst conditions around, highway speeds, very cold, wind, towing, you name it, let's see if we can make it. One thing I forgot to mention is we also have Starlink with us, so if we are in a very rural area with no communications and need help, we'll still be able to communicate. So I don't think we could be any more prepared than what we are doing. Now, granted, this isn't the most dangerous thing ever, but you can get yourself in major trouble in the middle of nowhere in very cold temperatures like this and get in an accident or break down or run out of gas or battery. So here goes. Here we go. Basically 100 miles to our destination. It says we will arrive with 37% left. I find that very difficult to believe. Those are the towns we have in between. We have technically, it says it has 302 miles. And we have an hour-and-a-half trip. It's windy, it's cold. Let's roll. On a side note to this trip, like you see, we're encountering strong crosswinds the entire time. There's even talk when I was just at that grocery store of closing this road, but they haven't done it yet. So obviously we're throwing in, so that's not gonna happen. But there's a trailer here. And since it's a pop-up, this hyper camper lifestyle Fusionn, this, I think between the Cybertruck and the fact that this thing has a lower profile, I mean, I don't even have to I'm not even holding on to the steering wheel, and it's not even on FSD. I mean, this vehicle handles quite well, including the trailer, and I think it's a combination of the two that make it perform so well.
Drugs. It's so that those people will never criticize those drugs.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm familiar with the argument. Yeah.
Yeah, the ads are great.
Yeah, it's like it'll always be some dude just kicking ass.
Yeah, having a great time.
Wakes up, jogs with his buddies, kicks
Baby
ass
all
all
his
day.
friends.
At night he's like out with his lady, you know, and he's like getting ready and it kind of.
All right, just a little update. We're getting closer to Kaplan. We're near that volcano. And this one RV spot I could theoretically stop. We're still showing, I mean, our range left over has certainly come down. We're down to 20%, so I'm getting concerned. it's, you know, the thing says we have 146 miles of range left. That's not true, but that's what it says. We have 50 miles. It's -1 degree. Sun's come out. I'm also doing 50 at this point. The wind has seemed to have died down a lot. It's still blowing across slightly, but I'm just doing 50 just to be a precautionary measure to try to get us there. But I think I can't think of the name of that town, but begins with an R. I suspect we may stop there because we may not be able to make it. But if we get close enough where I think we can push the final distance and get to Trinidad, we will try. But let's see what happens. All right, we're gonna go for broke here. It says we have 13% to make it there, but we're gonna go up and start going up a little bit before we come down. We're in Raton or Raton, however we say it. Suppose I could, if it gets too much, I can turn around and come back down. But I feel like we want to say that we accomplished our goal. It's warmed up to a nice 5 degrees. I took the address off of the supercharging station because when you do that, if I have the supercharging in there, it starts preconditioning. And although that sounds like a great idea, I am more interested in having battery life than I am using some amount of battery to get us there. Now, Tesla does include elevation in their calculation for range, but I am not going to chance it here. We are going to, again, the temperature's down to 66, the heat's not really on. I'm going to go 50 miles an hour. These aren't humongous mountains, but we're going to see what happens here and see if we can make it. We have 21 miles to go. It says we have 72 miles left. It says we'll make it there with 13%. All right, let's roll. All right, we got to the top of the pass. Now we're coming down. There's the sign for Colorado. We're definitely banking some power right now. Still not counting my chickens just yet, but we got about 11 miles to go. It says we have 40 miles left. It says we're gonna have 12% when we get there, or sorry, 10% when we get there. Sometimes this thing has a little delay in altering the percentage of arrival, and it's like staying pretty solid, and then when you go downhill, you'd think it would gain, because I've seen it gain over time, but sometimes then your losses are calculated there, and I wonder if Tesla does it on purpose so that you're not panicking while you're going uphill. But anyway, I feel halfway decent, but we ain't there yet, so let's keep pushing on. All right, well, I'm feeling very confident now. I actually put the EV charging location back in. We are preconditioning. We are 4.5 miles away, and we're gonna have 12% left. We're coming downhill here, and we've gained some range back. We were going up for a little while, but I think the backside of this is a little bit better on to our advantage. But still 1 degree, wind still blowing around, and geez, didn't think I was gonna make it, but look at that. This might be, it wouldn't surprise me if this is the biggest trailer towing test done. I mean, I don't even know if Tesla's even messing around like this, but maybe Wes will be interested in my data.
In 1 mile, take exit 11 on the right towards Starkville. Now turn right.
All right, boys. Look at that. We've made it.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Oh, the driving the snow a little bit to get close here.
Zero degrees out, windy. We made it. So we're here, we made it. We are Colorado Springs, made it here with 8% left, did 140 miles. It's 0 degrees here still, maybe -1. So all things considered, I mean, I wish the thing went 300 miles, but 140 in 0 degrees doing 50 ain't too bad.
All right, we are now on our way, the final leg of Colorado Springs to Boulder, Colorado. And it's a beautiful -10. We're doing well. We're gonna have 47%, so it claims, but we won't have that, but we'll without question make it all the way home. It's been a hell of a ride, and I'm anxious to be home. Well, we have made it home. Welcome back to Boulder. Happen to be on Pearl Street right here. So hope it's been enjoyable for everybody to watch. I don't know what this is now, day 15 or so. Once this event is over, which it is obviously occurring now, please follow along. We're going to be doing this build of this camper, adding the solar panels, adding the batteries, adding the EV charging station. Another thing I haven't been discussing much is, but we're coming out with another new camper, a truck camper. Never been done before. There isn't one that exists right now on the face of the earth. We're gonna showcase one in the next couple weeks. So, now that I'm home, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I sure did. If you know anything about towing, you're interested, or you have any ideas, you have a way to maybe make our build better, to make it more efficient, please send us a note, send us a comment, and be sure to go back and watch from day one till now. There's a bunch of really cool things there, including the one day that's, of course, just the launch. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please come back to CYBERTRUCK 1.